Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video for my Addisons web series. This one is talking about puberty and Addisons, because I got Addisons at 11 years old. I pretty much don't know what regular puberty is like, so to say, but I can tell you what it is like with Addison's disease. And I will have a couple more topics about the teen years. I have puberty and Addisons, teen years and Addisons, and relationships in Addisons that kind of coincides. If you have a child that's in their teen years and is diagnosed with Addisons, or if you are a teenager watching this and have Addisons, I do have a couple videos on here to help discuss and talk about this topic and issue, because you can feel very, very alone having Addison's disease and being a teenager. I got my disease at 11 years old, and that's when I started hitting my puberty, and I started having breast development, started showing signs of starting my period, and they reversed completely. Once I got on the steroids, everything started developing again. I started my period within a year of being on the steroids. Breast development got normal. My height got stunted because I started the steroids at the exact time that the estrogen kicks in to give girls their height. So I'm 5 foot now, and I was supposed to be about 5'9", so I got a little bit cut off my height. So I can't tell you a lot about boys in puberty because Addison's is very, very rare, and I don't know anybody else with Addison's disease personally. I've read stuff about it on the internet. Puberty in boys, I would just say, you know, my brother was older, so I can't tell you the exact signs of puberty in boys, but pretty much if you notice the development going backwards, just kind of keep an eye on that. So it'll stop your development and you'll start back up. Pretty much anywhere in puberty that's going to happen. If you get Addison's disease, it'll do that. Taking steroids will increase your hunger. You already eat a lot in your teen years, and you eat double time with the steroids, which makes you put on weight and can really lower your confidence. I got striation marks, which I will discuss more of those in health problems that can accompany Addison's disease video, but basically striation marks, or striation, however you want to say it, they marked me all over, and they're not stretch marks, but they look like them, and it comes from gaining weight out of nowhere. And I got them all up and through here, on my stomach. It looks like I've been pregnant when I'm not, because I got the stretch marks all on my stomach, backs in my knees, on my back. It looked like something was scratching its way out on my back, and they looked red and inflamed and horrible, and it really does a number on your confidence when you're a young teenager, boy or girl. It makes it very, very hard to want to be in a bathing suit, to want to go out and do things. But my mother did instill a lot of confidence in me, and I wore shirts like this at a younger age, you know, pretty shirts, even though I had the marks, and I wore shorts even though the nasty marks on the back of my knees. I just ignored them and pushed through, because I felt that I'd look more stupid wearing pants and all these layers of clothes in the summer to hide myself. Kind of like, let the clothes speak for themselves, basically, is what I did in my teen years. I wear really pretty clothes. People will see that. People may see, you know, maybe wear bigger earrings, distract people in different ways. I'm not saying dress like a slut and be like, you know, look at this, but I let my clothes speak for it, and it drew the attention away from people. I was homeschooled though, so I can't really say I would have got bullied because of it, but I could see where you would be bullied for the striation marks, and that would make it even harder. And it's very hard to go through puberty in of itself, but to have a rare disease makes it even more crazy. I'll talk even more about that in Teen Years and Addisons, which is the next video up. If you're watching this and it's not uploaded yet, it will be uploaded soon. But it's hard because you have a rare disease. It's awkward being a teen, and to have a rare disease makes it even more awkward because it puts even more of a peg on you to just poke you out of the crowd, when sometimes you do just want to blend in. Even though I'm all about individuality, being yourself, and just being who you are, not caring what people think, there was a time period where I did just kind of want to be left alone. And it makes it a little more harder with the Addison's disease. So do know that if you're a parent, that it's very hard for your teenager, you know it was hard for your teen years. Imagine it with Addison's disease, it makes it even harder. And something else that makes it even harder is the fact that having a child is not a good idea at all with Addison's disease. Your child, and you can die giving birth to a baby. My doctors basically told me, don't get pregnant. They flat out told me, don't get pregnant with Addison's disease, it's a bad decision, and you can die. Most likely you will be in the hospital your whole pregnancy, and in my opinion, it's stupid and it's selfish to have a baby knowing that you will probably die giving birth to it. What's the use of having a baby if the baby can't have a mother? There's plenty of kids out there who are wanting to be adopted. You can become a foster parent and take care of kids. It is not your own, and it can make it hard, but it's more selfish to have a child without a mother than it would be to give a child who doesn't have a mother a mother. So it can make it a little sad if you are growing up and you really want to have your own child and kids. It can be hard because you really should not have kids with Addison's. If you're watching this and you are an adult and you've gotten Addison's disease, it's still not a smart idea if you haven't had kids to have kids, but if a lot of people get Addison's disease in their 30s and 40s and they've already had kids. So if you're looking back and going, well, I already had kids and I kind of had Addison's disease, it's not the same. Not the same. Your disease lightly presenting itself and your disease having it are two different things, and a lot of people I've heard who've had babies with Addison's disease truly almost died, and it wasn't a wise decision. So it can make it harder going through puberty and then hearing, well, you really shouldn't have kids. You know, a boy with Addison's disease can have a kid. His part is nothing. His part is donating the sperm. It's nothing compared to the woman carrying it and birthing it. So men with Addison's disease can have kids. Women, not a good idea. Not at all. So that can make it even more harder hearing that, because a lot of girls want to have kids and be mothers, and it makes it hard. It's just very awkward, and the best thing to do is to have parent-to-child discussions completely. Be very open with your child. If you are a teenager going through this, try to find a counselor or try to find a parent or an adult that you can talk to, confide in, even a friend. Just try to find somebody, or try to find advice. You know, if you're good at drawing, draw. If you're good at photography, do something to fill your time a little bit. You know, try to keep a positive outlook. But one more thing to keep in mind, though, when you do go to the doctor, if you're a parent or if you are a teenager, don't feel awkward or weird if he asks you about, or he or she asks about developmental. Like if you're getting pubic hair, or if your breasts are developing correctly, if your nipples get hard, or your sex drive, or anything like that. It's awkward, but to be honest, they ask you these questions because they are very important, and a lot of girls don't go to gynecologists until they're 16, sometimes 18 even, so you're not getting those questions asked by a gynecologist. So, you know, the doctor will ask the questions. He's not being pervy, he's not being weird, but he's basically going to ask those to know that your medication's doing what it's supposed to, your hormones are where they're supposed to be, and you're developing correctly. So if you ask those kind of questions, don't feel too awkward about it, because he's trying to make sure everything is okay and good. So pretty much this is all I can really say for puberty and Addison's. Check out the next video, Teen Year in Addison's, where I discuss more social style things for teen years and Addison's. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.